Hi everyone, it's Vic the artist here. So this is a quick look at a painting I did. It's kind of one of my rare abstracty landscapey typey things. These happen kind of once in a blue moon, to be honest. It's one of those things I just sort of feel like I've got to do now and again. They're not typical of my work, as you'll know if you look at the other stuff that I've done. But this is a nice little painting. It measures 14 inches by 10 inches. It's on board, and it's got a kind of it's one of those things you can look at really and kind of interpret it however you wanted really. I think it's a kind of a seascape. Not, it's not really a landscape, is it really? That's a seascape. It's got some really nice detail on it as well, but it's one of those paintings you need to look at it and you can kind of use your imagination to make of it what you will. It has got quite a bit of texture to it, which I'll show you in a minute. It's painted with a knife, so it has got a slightly rough look to it. So if you look at the edges here, I mean, you will see the edges are, I say rough, well, yeah, are rough, but I mean, that's it's an original painting, so, you know, obviously you're not going to see that once it's framed. But it has got a nice texture. Here, it's painted with a knife. If I just catch the light there, you can see some of the texture. There you go. It has got a really nice sky, nice backdrop to it as well. Just get this back in focus again. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh, the light's changed. Oh gosh, nightmare with lighting. That's a bit better. So there's a couple of ships in it as well, which I stuck in just for good measure. A couple of sail ships there. One there. And another one somewhere lurking there somewhere, if I can see it. So it's kind of like a double aspect to it, I guess you could say, this painting. So you kind of make of it what you will, but it's quite nice. I'm extremely pleased with this. I kind of wanted to do it with oil originally, but my oils I haven't used for such a long time. They just kind of seized up on me, unfortunately. So I did this using acrylic, which is my usual medium. I quite like acrylic, but because when you're doing a thing like this with acrylic, you're kind of constantly fighting with time, because I did this with a knife and using the paint, using the paint neat. I'm falling over the table here. Used it neat, so you're kind of fighting the drying time. You can get other things to make it last longer, but I can't be bothered. And I just when I want to do a painting, I just want to do it. I don't want to muck around with chemicals and God knows what else. I just kind of like to get it on there and start painting really, which is the most important thing. The light is doing weird things with this, but come on, behave yourself. Anyway, this gives you an idea of what we've got. I've not got a name for it yet. This painting has been sold. It's one of those kind of, because it's quite unusual for me to do something like this, it got snapped up pretty quick, which is great. Because people say, oh, could you do another one? And I have to say, probably not, because it's just one of those things I wanted to do at the time. It's not to say I couldn't try to do one for somebody else, but it's like all these things. You do an original painting, you just do it out of inspiration, you get something like this, which is a really pleasing result. It's something you can't replicate, really. I can't replicate anyway. I'm not a trained artist anyway. Maybe if I could, if I was a trained artist, but it really doesn't interest me going down that kind of method painting route. I'd rather sort of paint from the heart, really. So this is what I come up with. So there we go. So it's a nice little painting. It's on board, and as I say, the light is struggling with. I don't know what's going on with my camera at the moment. It's just a bit of a nightmare with lighting at the moment. Is it going to be any better? That's probably a better representation of it. Anyway, so there we go. So that's it. So thanks for looking. I hope you enjoyed looking at this painting. I think it's quite interesting. And if you'd like to see what else I've done, please check back on the channel to see previous videos. There's plenty of videos on there over the years. I kind of abandoned the website thing in the end because I just got fed up with it. It's costing too much money, didn't get anything out of it. So I just use Instagram, Facebook. Facebook's my kind of chosen method for communication, really, which is quite nice because it's a bit more interactive and you can see what I'm doing kind of hands-on at any given point in time. You're always free to message me as well, so it's quite nice to interact with people that are looking at the work, get some feedback. And yeah, so we go. So subscribe to the channel if you want, share it, or do whatever you fancy. Hope you liked what you've seen, and thank you very much for your time. You take care.